It's a special night in BattleBots this week because tonight we will crown a new champion. We could see a turning of the Riptide tonight, where the vertical spinner meta suffers a blip on the radar. But don't throw a tantrum if it doesn't happen. We'll still see bots perish in a SawBlaze of glory that scars fans so much they may need to see a specialist. I don't know which doctor they should see first though. They may want to take a Minotaur or two to decide. One thing is for sure though, the stakes tonight are Sky Hydra. Cobalt. Let the bot battle begin! Can Minotaur pull off another big win like he did against Endgame? If so, hopefully Daniel Freitas controls his emotions, or he might anger one too many Karens on the internet. He can take a little bit of damage there without a problem, but too much will become an issue as more pieces fall off, and now it's Witch Doctor's weapon that is crumbling in front of our very eyes. Minotaur's looking very solid. Both bots getting their weapons up close to one another once again. Witch Doctor scurrying away. A big chunk flies off of Minotaur's left front corner. So Witch Doctor trying to aim for those a little bit, and then they get underneath Minotaur, holding him into the corner. They've been a little more aggressive, I feel like, than Minotaur, but their weapon is not being very sturdy right now. It is falling apart more than Minotaur's has. From the 2019 runner-up against the 2018 runner-up. And a piece of Minotaur's drum has now broken off. Witch Doctor getting stuck on it in the corner, but finally they're able to self-right. So we were praising Minotaur for having the sturdier weapon, but now that we see a chunk of it's on the ground, how much longer can it stay intact? Time is winding down in this fight for someone to get the knockout. Witch Doctor's weapon is completely gone. Minotaur's is almost gone. So the judges are going to have a hard time separating these two, but they're the ones that have to decide. Let the bot battle begin! Well, here's Riptide. Yep, we finally had to build him. We've been trying to avoid it all season long, but he just kept winning and he forced our hand. Thanks a lot, asshole. By hijinks of all bots, he moves in to take some shots on the underside of Riptide, who is struggling. And then a direct weapon shot by SawBlaze. I don't know if he got any pieces, but he'll be mad that he didn't. Oh, and a bunch of pieces coming off the robots. It looks like both bots losing some chunks. We'll see who's more affected in a second. Riptide using the weapon to flip himself. He's been trying that for a while, and then another chunk comes off of SawBlaze. He struggles when he brings that hammer saw down because the pieces of the arm are a bit weak. SawBlaze flipping himself with that last exchange, and then the game is starting to cause a havoc glitch. Not the most even fight thus far. Whoa! SawBlaze getting sent to the ceiling and losing his disc in the process. They'll be very upset with that. Not sure if that was the impact from the game's havoc glitch or if Riptide got to cause some damage. But either way, SawBlaze is now a little hindered. It's been a very awkward fight for both bots so far. And a static shot from Riptide. But as the game starts to lag a little bit, there's a piece floating in the air, which was the last piece SawBlaze could have used to damage Riptide. Riptide barely has any weapon left. SawBlaze just lost the rest of his arm because he decided to fire it awkwardly. Whoa, what the heck was that? Riptide just got shot out like one of those automatic pitching machines. SawBlaze moving in, still firing his weapon, albeit with 0 pieces on it. Riptide is a hit away. I don't think SawBlaze is going to be able to get the knockout. He's got to use the arena to his advantage. And he's struggling to corral Riptide over to the spikes or the kill saws. But with this going the distance, it looks like SawBlaze might get the win regardless, albeit in very odd circumstances. Let the flipping frenzy begin! Time for all you Blip idiots to finally realize that Hydra is the superior flipper, and Blip's had an easy schedule. I say that as Blip is the first one to get underneath the other, but then Hydra gets the first flip of the fight, and he follows it up with a nice second flip as well. Blip now getting Hydra pinned against the wall, but because that flipper is so high up the chassis, he's not able to get underneath just yet. He finally works the angles, and now he's finally getting his own flips, his opening flips of the fight, and Hydra will need to respond quickly. And he gets another one on Blip, and he's ready to corral him into the corner. Blip self-righting, needs to self-right again. Hydra staying on top of him with another nice flip that sends him to the center of the box, and another one that goes over the kill saws. But this is still a good maneuver for him. If anything, he is scoring some control points and preventing Hydra from getting flips. Another early flip from Blip, and now he's using his flipper as a clamper as he brings Hydra closer to the wall and then finally gets underneath. Well, Hydra used his flipper to try and break out of that stalemate, but it put him right on Blip's flipper, which allowed him to score a point. Blip now moving in again and trying to hold Hydra. Both bots firing their weapons at the same time. Nice spin by Hydra, and it ultimately works out to get him another flip and another flip. These two are running up the score like it's a spring training game. Blip now upended in the corner, and Hydra waits for him to self-right so he can get another one. And another flip from Hydra, who's definitely racking them up now. It seems that he's got more flips while Blip has more control. But you could argue this is good control from Hydra as he continues to lay the shots down. Can Blip get a few more flips and make this fight a little more difficult for the judges to score? He's underneath Hydra again, and he gets another flip, but this one is over. Let the bot battle begin between Tantrum and public enemy number 2. Because public enemy number 1 is the producers, and Tantrum runs Cobalt into the wall immediately and starts to celebrate because Cobalt might not be able to get himself back from this position. Ah, good boy, Tantrum. Tantrum wanted to continue the fight. See, Tantrum is like the complete opposite of public enemy number 1. So like, everyone's biggest fan? Is that what the term would be, I guess? Let's use it. Well, is Tantrum gonna be nice twice? Cobalt is now sitting and waiting, saying, please, Tantrum, I'll return the favor if you get flipped, I promise. Good boy, Tantrum. Somebody give him a treat. He's been good today. Cobalt now finally getting underneath Tantrum and getting him flipped over, as the self-righting mechanism might have been fired too early, so Cobalt returning the favor that Tantrum gave him, helping him out and getting him flipped over. Very nice sportsmanship between these two. Just don't tell Sam because she hates that crap. Tantrum trying to put the pressure back on. He got underneath again. Now Cobalt returning the favor and getting underneath. Tantrum getting his weapon, his Shrimek stuck again, but it retracted well this time and he flipped himself. Didn't need Cobalt's help. Tantrum trying to feed Cobalt to the spikes. A wedgelet comes off of somebody, and then Cobalt takes a static shot as Tantrum was upended. I think he hit him. That was a very peculiar shot, but it seemed to work out well for him. Can he go in and finish this off before it goes to the judges? Or did the spikes do it for him? The spikes did it for Tantrum! Everyone gave favors today. So for the final time this year, here are the results. After a bright start, our record sits at 25 and 22. I'll say the same thing this year as I did last year. Just be above 500. Fun fact, by the way, did you know that we had 45 different bots appear in the series this year? That's gotta be the most we've ever had. And it wouldn't have been possible without the help of the Seaborg, Mediator, Captain Mantine, and Adrian. That's my team that helps me with these videos. Please give them some love in the comments. Speaking of Captain Mantine, let's look at the prediction standings. His lead has slipped, but Ryan Aggie still needs to overturn a deficit. And this week, we're only predicting the quarterfinal matches. I'm not going to ask you guys to give every prediction for every possible semifinal and final. That's unrealistic. We're just going to do the 4 and make it easy. But thank you for everyone that's participated in it this year from start to finish. It'll be a little more organized next year, I promise. Lastly, if you're new to this channel, we have more to offer you than this series. Check out BattleBots Reborn Cup if you haven't already. It's our more serious series where bots from classic and modern BattleBots fight it out for the virtual giant nut. And it's the only place where Wipeout, a Team Waiachi failure in real life, can make consecutive semifinal appearances. Yeah, the bot that can't win in real life is good as hell in our series. Makes zero sense. Thank you everyone for supporting this series. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. We may look into making videos for bounty hunters this year, but if we don't, we'll see you next season. Goodbye for now, and good luck to whoever wins tonight. May the controversy not be that bad.